Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. Welcome, everybody, to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks, the show. We are here tonight to talk about, and we just discussed it in the pre-show, which cocktail we're going to make. We are going to be continuing on our summer of acid by leaving behind citric acid and malic acid. We're pretty sure that we understand about how that works. Is there some tinkering we can do? Yes, but let me tinker, all right? You watch, I'll tinker. We're gonna move in now to something called acetic acid. And if you think, I don't know what acetic acid is, you do. You most likely do. This is the acid that we find in vinegar. So a large part of acidifying things is finding all the different acids that can bring out all the different deep flavors. So I have in front of me now, This is balsamic vinaigrette. Maybe you recognize it, maybe you don't. It is made from grapes. It is aged. It's a whole situation. There's good balsamic vinaigrette. There's fake balsamic vinaigrette. I'm pretty sure. Yep. This isn't the best balsamic vinaigrette of all time, but very good on sandwiches. Things like a little prosciutto, a little mozzarella, a little bit of arugula, a long baguette. Throw a little bit of that with some salt and pepper. You have yourself a day. That's my break fast, not breakfast. Whenever I'm fasting and I have to eat something, that's the first thing I eat. Probably not the idea of fasting, but balsamic vinaigrette, a lovely flavor, and we are now going to use it to replace another citrus into a cocktail that is not a deeply citrus cocktail. In fact, pretty famously so, not a deeply citric cocktail. We're gonna be making a balsamic painkiller. Now, I said that we were going to be doing a balsamic painkiller, and then I didn't realize that maybe I don't have all the rum for it. We'll use the Eldorado 15. No, we'll use Tiki Tom and his Jamaican rum. We're going to use some Jamaican rum in this. This is an illegal painkiller. A painkiller must use Pusser's rum. I have Kyle's lawyer here, so happy to, have Kyle's lawyer step up and do whatever Kyle's lawyer needs to do in order to get me. I thought I was going to get it before the time. Kyle's lawyer will help me out with whatever lawsuits are coming, I assume. Thank you, Kyle's lawyer. I assume that I fall under the umbrella of Kyle's lawyer as well, but either way, that's what we got. My father's worried about a tornado warning. They lived in Phoenix, moved out to Indiana. No tornadoes. Never mind. Okay, let's get into it. It's a very simple cocktail, especially since we're taking out all of the orange and we're moving in all of the balsamic. We're going to have to adjust proportions. So we are going to have to be tasting this one as we go, because we can certainly overdo the balsamic vinaigrette. It is definitely an invasive ingredient. We talk about invasive ingredients a lot. Things like allspice dram. You put too much allspice dram, all you have is an allspice cocktail. You put too much Luxardo Maraschino into a cocktail, it's suddenly a Luxardo Maraschino cocktail, and that's it. That's all you're gonna get. So we have to go, we're gonna go bar spoon by bar spoon. I think we can probably do well with just one bar spoon. We're gonna find out. So we're gonna start over here with 2 very, very empty tins, letting you guys know that this is a bit of a magic trick. And let's build. We're gonna start over here. I only have this much pineapple juice. If you guys remember, on the last show we did, I made pineapple juice, but I made it acidified and basically ruined a lot of pineapple juice. I have successfully used it in other cocktails since, but there's almost no pineapple flavor to it. So we're gonna have to adjust our pineapple. You let me tinker. I'll tinker, you hang out. So, my balsamic vinegar I sent is much sweeter than most. This should be an interesting cocktail. I agree. I think it's gonna be a very interesting cocktail. I think I am using Bonbon's balsamic. I don't think I bought balsamic. When am I buying balsamic? Please look at me. Okay, so let's start off by figuring out how much pineapple juice we have, and then we'll adjust our proportions from there. We are looking for 4 ounces. We have 2 ounces. We have, let's go in this side here. We have 3 ounces. Okay, so 3 ounces. So we're gonna have to drop everything by a quarter. That's not that big of a deal. When it comes to cocktails, we can just make a smaller cocktail, but it is gonna throw off our balsamic ratio here in a minute. So we'll go with 3/4 of teaspoons as we start adding things into it. Cheapest ingredients first, we got that in there. We have this Coco Real, which I am fairly positive would survive the apocalypse at this point. This thing has been with me, I think, for 15, 20 years now. Let's see if it comes out. We may have to dig. Oh, yeah, we got to dig. We're digging. We're digging. I think we're almost done with this. Let's just get a really good estimation of what we're doing. We're looking for about 3/4 of an ounce of some Coco Real. Looks gross coming out, tastes delicious all the way in. Give that a nice little shakerooski. Done. Okay. Throw this back in here. You just hang out there, Coco Real. It's almost finished, that Coco Real, so it may be time to purchase another Coco Real. All right. Now, let's get our liquor in here, because the thing that we are going to be changing about this is going to be the balsamic, so we want to have everything in here to understand what's going in. So let's go ahead and grab some of this. We need 1.5 ounces then of our delicious, fight me on that, Myers rum. Tiki Tom came through. We have, let me bring in Tiki Tom cam real quick. There we go. We have exactly 3/4 of an ounce. So Tiki Tom absolutely nailed it. The bar provides. Thank you, Tiki Tom. I will get you guys a new bottle of Myers here very soon. That goes in here. Okay. That's basically it. Chuck asking the right questions. Do I prefer Coco Lopez to Coco Real? I do not. I do not. I think Coco Lopez is very nice. However, if I'm going to do Coco Lopez, it's just as easy to buy a can of some coconut milk with a little bit of sugar water in there, and that's with a little bit of salt, and do it that way. Coco Real brings in a much sweeter version, a thicker version, so I like that more. I have nothing against Coco Lopez, but I like the Coco Real. It also, for some reason, it just stays around for forever. I check that thing constantly to see when it's going to go bad. It just spits back at me. Sean says, if I'm doing bulk, I use Lopez. Single drinks when I use Real. It's the exact opposite of what I'm doing, but Shawnee P seems to know what he's doing too. Okay, that's what we got. So now let's get in our taster spoon here. Let's give this a little spin first. Make sure all that Coco Real, Coco Real. We have, if you guys tuned in to the pre-show, you will know that there was some confusion on whether or not shrubs are the same. Shrub liquors are treated like any other spirit or hard liquor. Indiana is one of the states that allows grocery stores, convenience stores, okay, love that, and dedicated liquor stores to sell hard liquor. Indiana is one of the states that allows grocery stores. Oh, is that's, I guess that's not everywhere. That's true. It's spoiled here in California. Go ahead and give this a taste. Tastes right. Okay, so the one thing that, of course, we're missing in here is going to be our acidity. I have, this is a fresh squeezed pineapple, so there is some tartness to it. So if you're using a more uniformed version of pineapple juice, obviously you can change this around. We're gonna have to do it by taste. I'm gonna grab this one. There are different sizes. I'm sure you guys know this, but I got to talk. I have to talk for 30 minutes, and I got to find things to talk about. There are different sizes of bar spoons. This is a little one. This is about a 1/4 teaspoon. This is about a 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to go with a 1/4 teaspoon, and we're going to do about a 1/3 of a 1/4 teaspoon just to see how well we do this. Now, this is completely an experiment. Could be awful. Could be real bad. Careful. Pour in just a little bit right there. We're gonna go 1/4 right there, drop it in. And then give it a stir. Okay, first things first. The balsamic, the acetic acid, CH3OOH, pretty sure. Somebody wanna check that? Acetic acid, CH3OOH. That's what I got in here. The acetic acid is now a big smell in this. That's, like I said, you want to be very careful with how much acetic acid you put into anything because it will start to smell. I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's nice. I am going to put a little bit more in there. I think the 1/4 of a teaspoon was not, or 3/4 of a teaspoon, so we're going to put in another 1/4 teaspoon. Give that a little spinzall right there. For anyone that makes their own cream of coconut, just learn that adding gum arabic keeps them from separating. So does I believe it's S10 or SE10. There's a few great products you can throw now into, substances you can throw now into this stuff to keep it from separating. Tasteless, all that stuff. Gum arabic is a really good one. Gum arabic, you run the problem with gum arabic, or arabica, gum arabic, of it becoming too thick. So just be careful with how much you put in there. Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. I'm very pleased with that little first taste. So let's get a second taste in here. One more stir. Oh, take that down. Personally, I think that's lovely. The orange in a painkiller has never really done much, right? Orange we think much more of as a sweetening agent, even though it is a half sour. So it certainly like holds up in here. Smell, very nice. I'm gonna taste it one more time just to make sure that I don't want to add just a touch more. The acetic acid is doing the exact same thing the orange does. It's sweetening it on the backside. That's giving a little pop in the front. Let's just go big. Should we just go big? Let's just put in a whole nother teaspoon of this. And then we can, or another 1/4 teaspoon of this. Just to see if we can like go over, you know? Now this is a 1/4 teaspoon of balsamic vinaigrette that has now entered my drink. Even better. I think we're right there. Yes, we're a little short on all of our ingredients. It's 3 ounces of pineapple juice. It's 1.5 ounces of the rum. It is 3/4 ounce of the Coco Real. And so we did a 1/4 ounce of the balsamic. It's a little balsamic-y. It smells very balsamic-y, but I think we're in a good spot here. Let's bring out our old friend. It's a painkiller after all. Let's bring out our old friend, the Hamilton. Get this in here. Everybody in. Plug it in. Let's give it a whirl. Let's put it in the big one to give it a whirl. There we go. A bunch of ice. We're whirling this. Instead of shaking it, we want less melting, but we do want some melting. we shake a cocktail, we're adding a lot of motion into it. That is going to, of course, start to melt the ice much quicker. When we're just making the ice dizzy, it's going to get everything together, but it's going to be a little less violence with the ice. So put this in here, turn this on, turn it on. Which way do I push it? Done. Feel good about that. Dip, dip, dip. Don't spill the whole drink, please. Dip, dip, dip. Dip, dip, dip. Dip. Okay, everybody back. It's a painkiller, so we're gonna grab our, it's a little painkiller though. Thank you, Loriander. Good to see you, Loriander. It's been a long time. This is Loriander 2. Has it always been Loriander 2, or did we get a second Loriander? Let me just say, very much a fan of the first Loriander. So if the Loriander 2, hopefully the Loriander 2 is like the Godfather 2 of Lorianders. Better. Hopefully this is not like the Men in Black 2. A much worse movie. Okay, go ahead and pour this in. We're going on the big one. There we go. And a little side action here. There we go. It's just me, so we'll use I think I have a good, oh dang, I'm out of bonbon straws. I'll use this one. Throw a straw in here. This is a tiki cocktail after all. It's not Halloween, so we'll not use my Halloween parasol. Throw that in there, and looky. Looky, looky, everybody. A balsamic painkiller. Oh, it has always been. It's always been 2. Good. Maybe I wouldn't like Loriander 1. I really enjoy Loriander 2, so that's good. Okay, this is what we got here. A painkiller. All we're doing, and this is what I want, if you guys are figuring out your cocktail journey as you're going, you can start to see the patterns, right? If you know that orange juice does contain citric acid, but you want something different in this cocktail, know that it's a half citric acid, and a good replacement for that is going to be some amount of another type of acid. Acetic acid is a great one. Tartaric acid, if you can get your hands on some tartaric, or some succinic acid, some lactic acid. All these acids are good to replace with other acids. All you're doing is keeping the same formula of cocktail and moving it to another taste realm. I don't mean to sound like an evil whiz or anything, but it is kind of a thing. Chuck, got a good name. Call this the bitter medicine. I like it. I like it too. Loriander 1 was a bit of an a-hole. He kept questioning things. What a dude. I like, listen, I've never met a Loriander I don't like, so we're in a good spot. Let's give this a taste. Spectacular. Okay. Interesting. This is interesting. As it gets colder, as the other ingredients gets colder, and that is that is one of the reasons we shake cocktails, because it does sort of tamper down some of the bigger flavors on the outside. As it gets colder, I'm noticing that the balsamic vinaigrette, or the balsamic vinegar, did not get colder, did not tamp down. So there is a bit of one of those. I'm getting a situation. So, like I thought, 1/8 of a teaspoon, probably a little bit more, would have been very nice for this. But I really don't hate it. The coconut does really good work in sort of hiding it all together, sort of binding everything. Oh, let me say hello to First Wave Tiki. One of their favorite martinis, apple cider vinegar martini. That sounds bomb, actually. First Wave Tiki, I know you just got here. I'm probably going to steal that. I'm probably going to make that on the show. I'm bereft of ideas. What am I going to do? I'm 44 years old. I can't do it anymore. I think that sounds like a really good idea. We are going to get back into making my pineapple martinique with our Malic adjusted pineapple fronds. I think that's a good situation, but yeah, pineapple apple cider vinegar, or apple cider vinegar sounds bomb. Yeah, absolutely. Got you. 100%. First Wave Tiki. Remember, guys, if I ever make an apple cider vinegar, please remind me to shout out First Wave Tiki. Love when people have suggestions on this. I think it's really nice. It's balsamic-y. It's balsamic-y, but because everything else in this is so sweet, it finds a really good way to hang out. Soon to be 44. Please. Just a baby. That's all I am, just a baby. I'm just a baby. Not almost 45, that'd be crazy. I'm just a baby. Someone say dark medicine and Tim shows up moments later. Did Tim show up right? We said that. There we go. Anyway, the dark prescription. These are great names. The acetaminophen. That is inspired. I think you'd have a hard time slipping that into onto a menu, but I do like the acetaminophen because it is made of acetic acid. Okay, right now we're calling it the acetaminophen. So Chuck, the same way with First Wave Tiki, I'm gonna steal that. So that's mine now, in my pocket. We'll figure it out. It's delicious. Nice little bite to it. Certainly more apparent in here than orange juice. Orange juice disappears into this cocktail. I never understand why they even try and figure out how this all works. Why they even try to put orange juice in there, but that is what it is. Damn, Cush is a year younger than my oldest daughter. Hey, I don't know. Tell her hi for me. Another cusp millennial. We love a good cusp millennial. We were called the lucky ones. We grew up when we had to come home when the streetlights came on, and then we went to school with cell phones. Yes, hashtag just a baby. Just a baby. Okay. Delicious. We're going to get more into acetic acid here soon. This was just an attempt at it. I think that we have created an even darker, even deeper version of an already pretty interesting cocktail, the Painkiller. I don't personally think that for this one you need to throw on the nutmeg. That was my big thing. With the Painkiller is throwing on the nutmeg as well as the balsamic. Balsamic is also bringing some of that spice to make it nice, and we are good. Yes, there we go. First Wave Tiki, 46 soon. Or we were the Oregon Trail generation. That's right. We grew up with Oregon Trail. I died of dysentery constantly, and I'll be very honest with you, that has not stopped. I feel like I'm always on the verge of dying of dysentery. And this is fun, throw out my back. I've never thrown out my back before. I'm currently on a back, you notice I'm leaning a lot more today. Back thrown out. I didn't even know what that felt like. Now my back hurts. Would apple cider vinegar have changed this cocktail, Dr. Cush? Yes. That's a great question, Bon Bon. Yes, that's another great thing about the acetic acids is you're going to get acetic acid when you vinegar something. So when you basically ferment it, you'll start to get those acetic acids. A few great vinegars that we will definitely be working on. We're going to be working on pineapple vinegar. It's basically making tepache the right way, but letting it over ferment. So the extra fermentation gives you the acetic acid. It goes from carbonic into acetic, and then you get all that pineapple flavor. Yes, and then yeah, for sure, DC Debbie Clark, we're going to do a battle box of vinegars. There are also many ways to get a shrub going. Some of them involve a lot of time, and some of them just taking somebody else's time, pouring it into your drink by just adding acid to an already acetic acid or vinegar to a already made syrup. So we're going to try all of them, but we have this. Yes, I think my kombucha is another. That's a great You guys got it. You got it. You guys don't need me anymore. Yes, there's a lot of acetic acids we're going to get into. This is a very good version. I highly recommend you try it. Definitely. Let me put it out there. Underdo the balsamic. You can always add balsamic in afterwards. It's gonna be very difficult for me to get this balsamic out of here once it's been added. But add it, add a little bit at first, make the drink cold, and then go from there. Kyle says, yes, we do. Yes, we do what? Kombucha? We make kombucha. Kyle says, yes, we do. We do make kombucha. Okay, that is, you need me. Oh, that was just whatever. Distilled white vinegar would make a pretty awful cocktail. Chuck coming in with knowledge. It's, what do they say? Wisdom. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it into a fruit salad. That's exactly right. Distilled white vinegar would be awful. I have never, ever successfully gotten distilled white vinegar into a cocktail. So that's good. We're going to keep working on interesting vinegars there. That's what I got for you. I'm going to drink the rest of this. You could always put some on your dinner salad too. Exactly, Frank. You have joined Roger G. I can't endorse this. We're not putting isopropyl alcohol. We're not putting methanol in anything. Methanol will make you go blind. We're sticking with ethanol, and that is it. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into my half-hour show, which doesn't even seem to ever do that. When I first started the show, I would do 17 minutes and be exhausted, out of time. I didn't know what else to talk about. Now 45 minutes, and I can't shut up. Thank you, Pop. Appreciate you. Speaking of that, we're gonna be back here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks, not tomorrow like we said we would be. I said we were gonna do a Wednesday show. I thought about it, and of all the things that I want to do on this planet Earth, I want to have sushi. That's number one, and you guys are never gonna beat sushi. But two is do this show. So we are going to have a show on Thursday. It'll be a celebration. I'm gonna make my favorite cocktail, and I'm probably, and this seems crazy, I'm gonna drink it. So we're gonna drink a cocktail on my birthday show. That is gonna be back here on Thursday, June the 18th, and then I'll break it to you guys again. We are moving our Saturday show to Sunday. It just needs to be done. We need a birthday cake cocktail. There's a great one with Frangelico, lemon and all that stuff. Happy almost birthday. Thank you for the sushi. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. I can't leave you just sitting there on your butts, though. That's never going to work out. Instead, let's take it back to the disco. I appreciate you guys showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. As always, I am Dr. Cush. This class is always made free, but if you can't help out, there's a few ways you can do it. You can do the Patreon, the PayPal, the Venmo, the whole thing, or else you can tell your friends, or get this one, show up. But right now, we are doing classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. That will change soon. Good. Loves a Sippin' Sunday. I think that's a great name. I think we're probably going to change the Tuesday show to the long show. You know, we always have a long show, even though they all go long. That's in the works. Perfect. My producer loves that too, and that's good. Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you. Yes, please, as Chuck says, don't forget to muddle that like button. And until next time, my friends, what do we always say? Bye-bye.
All right, let me first address the question by Rocky. This is something I know about. Rocky Rococo, our newest local here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Thank you so much to Rocky. We appreciate all the locals. If you're going to be making a corn and oil, you're going to want some lime juice. Absolutely, you're going to want that lime juice. You're going to want that falernum. Get a nice dark rub. You're going to love it, all right? Second of all, we never even tried to celebrate my birthday. I know it was sometime in the 1780s. If you cut me open, you can count the rings. It might have been sometime in June as well. So if I could, and this is not really what I like to do, but if we could, I'd like to also celebrate my birthday on June 18th. So no big deal. I'm a few years older than Dr. Cush. It takes a long time for me to grow. So I'll also be celebrating my birthday, and I do believe that Kilgore and Trout back here will also be celebrating, and probably Ernie. So we'll just all celebrate our birthday on the 18th. That's the way to go. So that's my idea. That's just an idea I came up with. No big deal. I'm full of them. Just full of ideas. If it seems like I'm vamping, don't worry about it. Trying to get a commercial to work. not working great right now, but soon it will. And so I'm just gonna do this while there we go. Okay, good. We should have a commercial now. Anyway, it'll also be my thank you, everybody. I'd like to push those buttons. Yeah, happy birthday, Smokin' Joe. Absolutely, Smokin' Joe, you are adorable. Yeah, everybody loves Smokin' Joe. So that's the important part. More important than anything is that Smokin' Joe has a great birthday and that commercial played. So thank you so much. Thank you. And what do we always say here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks? We're like, hey, chinga chango, give me what I want for my birthday. It's a nest or so. You know what I'd like? I'd like a birdhouse so I can make friends with birds. And also, we say things like bye-bye. So I'll say that. Don't worry, Cush. I'll say that. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.